All right. Hello, everybody. All right. Looks like our video is going. Looks like our audio is going as well. So we are ready to roll here. It's been a little while since I've done the live stream thing myself, so just getting back into the swing of it all. Make sure I've got everything set up here properly. Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. If you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to put in any comments in the chat or anything like that in terms of audio quality, video quality, or anything else. And I'll do my best to check on those as we go. Okay. I think we're ready to rock. So, welcome. If you're here, it's probably because you heard through either the website or through our social media that we're just kind of getting prepared to launch a new program through MORFIT here called MORFIT Online, where we're looking to have some different kind of levels of classes, everything from running this class here, which is a free 30-minute class 3 times a week. It'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:30 p.m. I'm looking to tackle the Monday, and then we have other people doing the Wednesday and Friday, at least for the time being. And then as we're building our kind of, if you will, library of workouts and just kind of working in the back end of things, and we'll be looking at offering more of a kind of membership-based, premium-based membership to the MORFIT Online as well, for people who are looking for maybe longer classes or a larger assortment, or being able to see kind of the archive of previous workouts that we have. So we'll definitely be announcing more about the online membership aspect when that becomes available. We're hoping in June that will be something that we can start promoting and announcing to everybody. But you're here for the free class, so let's get started with that. Each class is going to have a little bit of a different focus, is kind of what we're thinking of doing. So one class is going to be a little bit more cardiovascular based, one's going to be a bit more strength based, one will be a bit more mobility based, but we will try to tackle all components of fitness in each one of them. So today we're going to have a little bit more, today's going to be a little bit more balanced throughout, just kind of get back into things, try different things out, see what's working with the new space. We're in a new studio here, so new floor, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to kind of dabble in a little bit of everything today, and then we'll get a little bit more specific into different styles of classes as we progress. All right, so let's get started. You won't really need any equipment today. We're doing, everything is going to be body weight based. And the free classes, we're going to try to keep it fairly minimal in terms of equipment. We might bring out some dumbbells or some like mini bands, that type of thing. But for the most part, if you just have body weight, you should be pretty good to get along for most of the free classes. When we get into the premium stuff, we will have more specialty-based classes with like kettlebells or specific pieces of equipment that might be more appropriate for your needs. All right, so we're just going to get started here with a basic warm-up. You don't need a lot of space. I don't have a lot of space with me here. And just kind of follow along here. We're doing most things are going to be time-based here. I don't have a live timer going on the screen at the moment. That's something we're working on. So just have to go based off kind of verbal cues and visual cues. So let's get started here. Start on the side of your room. We're just going to go shuffle over to the side. And then here you can either do a squat, or if you'd like, you can add a jump. And then we're going to shuffle back the other way. Shuffle, squat, or jump. We're going to repeat here for 10 repetitions. So just follow along. Make sure the knees stay bent, hips stay back, chest tall. And if you don't like the dynamic shuffle, you can do a little bit more of a stationary walk shuffle. So you make it as involved as you would like. If it's your first time being active in several months, then please go at your own pace. Don't challenge yourself too much. All right. Going down to the floor, hands down. We're in a plank position here. We're just going to walk one knee in, other knee in, step out, step out. So the torso is staying stationary the whole time. We're just walking the knees in, walking the legs trying to keep the knees off the floor. That's 2 cuts. Feel free to keep your hips a bit higher. That'll make it a little bit easier for you. We got 3 more. 2 more. Remember which leg you're walking in here. I'm doing with my left leg. So when we come back to that one, we're going to lead with the right leg. So we're back to the shuffle jump. Here we go. Shuffle over and jump. Shuffle over and jump. As you're warming up, feel free to pick up your intensity a bit. If you want to work on a bit of a higher jump, go for the vertical. And again, if that's a little too much, feel free to just shuffle and squat your way through. Whatever works for you. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back down to the floor. All right, we're going to lead with the opposite leg this time. So I'm going to bring right knee in, left knee in, right out, left out. And repeat. Try to get full extension in the legs, so you're back to that plank position each time. Again, hips up in the air. If you need to make it a little easier. And we're going to 10, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Good. All right, we're going to go to a jumping jack and squat. Superset here. And then we're going to slow down, mobilize a little bit before we get into our strength work. So we're just going to do kind of a scale down. We're starting with 10 jumping jacks. Out and in. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then into squats. We're going to try arms straight up for the squat here. Whatever range of motion or depth you're comfortable with. You can stop at parallel. You can go below, or not even get to parallel, depending on where you feel you have good control of the body. Spine is nice and strong. I lost count there. I think that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, 8 jumping jacks. So we go down by 2. Each time we return back to the jumping jacks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back to the squats. Arms up. If the arms up is a little too much, cross your arms, bring them down, whatever you're comfortable with. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully you got your air conditioning on today, so a little warmer. And, oh, I did too many. We were supposed to stop at 8 there. All right. You guys got to stay on top of me. We'll do extra work throughout the whole class otherwise. All right. 6 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to the squats. Make sure the knees are tracking out nice and wide. Keep pushing the knees out to the side as you squat down. 4, 5. One more. There's 6. Very nice. Let's go jumping jacks for 4. 2 more rounds of each. 3, 4. If you want to turn these into jump squats for the last couple sets, go for it. 3, 4, and then 2 and 2. 1, 2. 2 jump squats. 1, 2. All right. Grab a quick drink of water here. Every time we transition from one section to the next, we'll grab a quick drink of water, and then we'll progress. So that's our warm-up. May not have needed one. What was it, 28 today? All right. So we're going to mobilize a little bit with the mobility, or the mobility section. We're looking at dynamically moving to a fairly large range of motion. So we're looking to feel a little bit of stretch in certain muscles, and I'll highlight which muscles those are. But we're also actively contracting our muscles to move through the movement.
So it's not like a static stretch, we'll leave that at the end. We're moving through to improve our mobility. All right, so let's get started here. We're going to step forward with your left leg, going down into a lunge, not placing the back knee on the floor. If you have to, you can put it down. The challenge is to keep it up in the air. We're going to take our right arm, reach up and over, and reaching to the top corner of the wall. Trying to swallow as I do. Squeeze the glutes to push your hips forward. We're looking for a stretch in front of the right leg. We're going to take that top hand, grab the outside of the left knee, pull and twist the torso, rotating as much as you're comfortable. You're going to feel a little wobbly here. There's some balance involved, but getting a nice stretch through the core. Face the front, slide both hands down the left leg. Push your back heel towards the floor. We're trying to get both feet flat and both knees as straight as possible. Again, you might feel a little wobbly here. There's some balance involved. And we're getting a stretch through the back of the front leg. So hamstrings of the left leg, and maybe the calf of the right leg, depending on what is tight on you, if anything. All right, stand up, step forward. We're going to step back with the left leg. We're repeating on the second side. So drop into the lunge. The left arm comes up this time. Reach up and over. Squeeze the glutes, push the pelvis forward, get the stretch in the front of the left hip. Back knee is just off the floor. Try to relax the breath here from the warm-up. Top hand reaches down. Grab the outside of the right knee, pull and twist. Stretching through the core. Three, two, one. Face the front. Slide both hands down the shin. Both heels on the floor. Both knees as straight as possible. Looking for the stretch in the right hamstring, left calf. Try not to fall to the floor. Good. Step forward. From here, we're just going to go down to a kneeling position. If you're on a very hard surface like I am here, feel free to grab a mat or a towel or a sweater or something, pillow, if you feel this is uncomfortable on the knee. We're going to take our left leg, step it out so it's facing directly to the side. So not front, straight out to the side. From here, we're going to shift our entire body weight over to the left, following the direction that the left knee is pointing to. And we're going to floss. So we're going to go into it and then floss out, come back out. We're looking to stretch either the inner thigh of the left leg. You might even get the inner thigh of the right leg on this one. If you prefer to just get into the position and hold it, that's fine as well. I personally like to go in and go a little bit deeper, so it's a bit more of an intense stretch. Nothing crazy, not painful, just a bit deeper, and then come back out again, get some relief, and then repeat. Don't worry about counting your reps here. We're just going to go for time, so you can go as slow as you would like, but we'll just hold. We got 5 seconds left on this side. Try to keep the torso upright and square. And that's it. Bring that knee down. Right leg's going out to the side now. Same thing, we're going to move our entire torso over to the right side, following the right knee. Beautiful. I look a little lobsterish. I spent the day outside with my daughter today, first day out in the sun really, so a little cooked. That's sure not going to look too great tomorrow. Probably doesn't make for great white balance on the camera. 10 more seconds here. Hopefully we're getting a good little stretch through the adductors here. I'm also good that we don't stretch very often, get very tight on us. Last one. Very good. All right, let's lower ourselves down to the floor. We're going to lie on the side. Bring our legs to 90 degrees. My right shoulder's on the floor here. I'm stacking over top of it, so I don't want to Slouch down on it. Left arm is going to stack over the right arm. And then I'm going to draw as large of a circle as possible. As the arm comes behind me, I'm rotating my spine, allowing me to get even larger circle with the left arm. As I come back to the front, I'm rotating forward and reaching. We're just going to go all the way around. Don't worry about counting. I'll time this out when we're ready. You might feel that this is a really nice stretch through here in the pecs or in the shoulders. Feel free to slow down or even pause when you get to that position. And then move out and back in. We're just going to do one direction. Sometimes we'll switch to go counterclockwise instead of clockwise, but just for time today, we're going to just do the one side. All right, let's rotate. Well, one direction. We'll do both sides of the body. So flip forward, however you would like to. And we're going to do the opposite side of the body. So now the right arm is going to go through its circles. 90-90 at the legs. And here we go. Again, reach, reach, reach. Turn the torso open. Try to keep your knees stacked as the spine rotates open. If your knees slide back, then you might find that you don't get the full rotation of the spine. Keep the legs stacked up, and that will give you a better stretch. So all the way around. Deep breaths here. Really coming down from that warm up now. You feel like the heart rate has resettled. You got time for one, maybe two more circles, depending how fast you're going. Great dynamic stretch for the pecs. Another very commonly tight area for us. All right, come on from there. That's going to be our mobility for the day. We're going to get into our strength work here. I know we started about 5 minutes late, so we're probably going to go until about 5 past the hour here. I'm just kind of the first time to set up. All right. So we're going to be doing 30 seconds of work, and we'll have a 10-second transition or rest period before we move into our next exercise. We're going to have 3 exercises that we're working through. It's often going to be a combination of a lower body, an upper body, and a core exercise. Sometimes we break that rule a little bit. And we're just going to go through 2 sets today. So we're not going to go too heavy on the volume or anything, allowing us to get to an extra circuit of exercises at the end. Okay. Let me just get my timer here set up. And I'll just teach the exercises as we go. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to learn. So we'll just teach them as we go. All right, so we got 30 seconds on. We're starting with a squat to side kick. So a squat with some balance work. So here we go. Okay, timer's on. All right, so we're going to squat down. When we stand up, we're going to lean to the side and kick to the side. Replace the foot, squat down, and then lean to the opposite side and kick. Squat and kick. Squat and kick. Obviously, you'll probably find that balance can be a little bit tricky, so only lean as far as you feel you're comfortable doing so. That's our time, no problem. Coming down to the floor, we're going to do a plank position, and rather than do push-ups or a plank with a shoulder tap. So here's the alternative. If planks are a little too tricky, just tapping the opposite shoulder. You can also do planks from the knees, if you prefer, or right from the feet. Halfway through time. Keep breathing between each rep. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Face down on the floor. Now if you need, we're going to go into a super T position. So chest is lifted, arms straight out to the side. Legs up as well, and we're just holding this position. If you want, you can turn your thumbs up towards the ceiling, get a little bit more activation through some of those postural muscles. If you find you're running out of breath from the pressure on the chest, just come down, take a breather, and come back up. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. All right, we're back to the top. Squat with the side kick. Going in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Squat, lean. All right, so we've done a set already. You know what's coming up. We can get a few extra reps in here on our second set. Whew. A little too much on a kick there. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, push-ups, shoulder touches, whatever your preference is. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Control is what we're after. You can go faster than me, slower than me. Just try to keep the head neutral. Try not to poke the head towards the floor. If you feel that's happening, just go down to the knees so you can keep the spine in good control. And time. Oh, on the next. Super teaser next. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing here, holding here, squeezing between the shoulders. Glutes are active. Try to keep the knees off the ground. And looking at the floor. Keep the neck relaxed. Good tendency to pick the head up here. We want to avoid that. Just relax. That's your time. All right. We have a 40-second rest, I guess 50-second rest officially, between our circuits. Grab a quick drink of water. Moving for our next round. I'm going to explain the first exercise before we get started, just because we do have an option with it. So we're starting with a hip drive. You can either do a double leg or a bilateral hip drive, which is both legs at the same time. If you want to challenge yourself, cross the leg over and do one side only. So you'll do one leg on the first set, other set gets the next leg. That's our first exercise. Let's get started here in 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Drive the hips up and down. Keep the abs engaged. We don't want to drive the belly up here. Keep the belly in. And try to get the hips as full extension as possible. So don't stop there. All the way up. And if you're single leg, you're crossed over. Try to keep the pelvis square on that single leg drive. There's a tendency to want to rotate to the opposite side. 2, 1, and time. All right, we're going to do a side plank next. From your elbow, from your hand, it's totally up to you. And here we go. We're up. Hips are forward and square. Don't turn things up. Don't turn things down. That's too tough. Bend your lower leg to 90 degrees so you're off your knee. And if that's too easy, you can raise the top leg from the floor. That's another option. Or just rock the full side plank. The leg up if you really want to kill the workout today. 3, 2, 1, down. We're going to the other side. This is really only 2 exercises in this circuit, but we got to do left and right sides on the side plank. 2, 1, here we go. Everything up. If you find you're not very stable, instead of stacking your feet like this, you can straddle your feet. That will give you more stability. Makes exercise a little bit easier. So find the position that works for you. And pushing your body away from the floor with your elbow. So don't let your body sink down. Push it up. That's your time. All right, guys, second set, hip rise. If you get single leg on the first set, then make sure you switch out to the other side on this set. Here we go. Try and focus on some glute activation here. So feeling the butt squeezing at the top to create the movement. Good, 5 more seconds, and then we're back to side plank. I'm going to start with the second side of the side plank. Feel free to start either way. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I feel like my mic is being jammed up into my neck here. Hopefully that's not affecting the audio too much for you guys. Doing great. 10 more seconds here. Then we're off to the second side. Then we have one more circuit to do. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Flip. All right, last side plank here. Big. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's go. 20 more seconds. So we didn't have time to get music going, so it's a little quiet and intimate here. Apologize about that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You guys definitely don't want me to sing, so we'll go with the silence. All right, quick water break. We have one more circuit to go through, starting in 40 seconds. All right. So we're going to go through a scale. I'm going to demonstrate that one first because there's maybe a couple of technical things to talk about. I'll show it sideways to begin. So standing on one leg, toes pointing forward. I'm going to hinge forward, try to get my torso and back leg as parallel to the floor as possible. My planted knee will be slightly bent, not locked out. And try not to let the kicking leg hike up. We want to keep things squared up as much as possible. Which is kind of tricky to feel and see for yourself. If you have someone around that can cue that, great. Often if the planted leg, if you cue the planted leg to push that hip out to that side, that will often help things out. All right. We missed our cue there. That's all right. Okay, we're going to start it here in 6 seconds. A little bit of an extended break for you guys on that last one. So let's plant our right foot down. And here we go. Hinging. Getting close to parallel to the floor. Come back up. Try not to touch your left foot to the floor. We're just going to go right back down. Only doing one side here. And then we'll do the second side on the second set. Hinge. And up. 3. Last one. 2. 1. And good. All right. Our next one's a little bit funky as well. You might want to try from your knees to begin. We're going to go into a Superman plank. So normal plank position, we're going to walk our hands out in front as far as you're comfortable and hold that position. This is going to get the lats or the back working a little bit more than a standard plank. And make sure there's no pain in the low back. The tendency when we walk our hands out is that it causes the low back to crash. So tuck your pelvis in, tuck your tailbone in, squeeze your abs, squeeze your glutes, and just hold that position. All right. That's your time. Come back up. Our last one is burpees, jump squats, or squats, just to get things risen up again. Here we go. So raising the heart one more time. The burpee is hands down, kick out, kick in, And jump, that's too much. Jump squats. Well, jump squats is actually probably harder than burpees when you're doing the first time. Or just squats, your choice. 10 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice, guys. Okay, we've got a scale on the other side. So left leg planted now, and then the right leg kicks back. 2, 1, here we go. Other leg. Planted leg, make sure that knee is soft. Don't want to lock it out. Try not to touch your foot down to the floor. Ooh, a little more wobbly on this side for myself. And that's our time. All right, Superman plank. You can also do these from the feet instead of the knees. I'm going to put my feet on the wall though. It's a slippery floor. All right. Having your feet on the wall does make it a bit easier. So that's an option if you're finding you're struggling. Keep the pelvis, tailbone tucked in. Strong core, strong glutes. 2, 1, and time. All right, guys, last exercise of the day, burpees, jump squats, or squats. You choose. 2, 1, here we go. Final 30 seconds of work. On that kick out for the burpee, try to land in your push-up or plank position instead of these, if you can. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, nice work, guys. Bring it down. That's it for the strength portion. All right, I recognize we're at 30 minutes here. We're just going to do 2 quick stretches to wrap things up. So we'll tackle our quads, and we'll tackle our pecs, and then we'll call it a day. So quad stretch, I'll give 2 options on these. Either pull the wall for balance, grab the opposite ankle, pull the knee to full flexion, pull the leg back, squeeze the glutes to increase the stretch. If you feel you don't have the mobility to get there, you can try that exact same stretch lying down on the floor. So find the option that works for you. And we're just going to do a quick 15-20 second pull. Let's switch up to the other side. All right. Well, 30 minutes goes fast. I'm not used to doing those 30-minute classes anymore. But we got through everything. All right, leave the quads. Come on up. Let's find a wall. So a door frame, wall, any object that you can place your elbow on. And elbow is placed at around shoulder height. Going to step through and turn away from the wall. Essentially what we're doing is the arm is going to be here. We're pulling it as far back by turning our torso away from it to stretch out the front of the shoulder. If you don't feel a stretch, you can play with your angles. So you might find the elbow a bit higher than shoulder height, or a bit lower than shoulder height, or even a straight elbow will give you the stretch that you need. Hopefully you found one that worked for you there. If you want to switch up, other side. All right. So that's our first free MORFIT Online class, guys. Hopefully you like the new space. We will fill it up with better lighting shortly, with music shortly, all the more video stuff. This is how these things go. Always trial and error to begin. Hopefully you join us on Wednesday. I believe Darren's going to be kicking you through a workout on Wednesday, so check it out then. Any feedback, suggestions, comments, praises, we're happy to take anything that you're willing to give to us. So hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Stay tuned for the kind of premium / membership option as that gets announced. And enjoy the beautiful weather. Glorious out there. Take care, guys. Thank you.